Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Gibbs. Unfortunately, the queen of the house is not here with me in this video. Hopefully she'll be able to join me in the next video. She is attending to some other businesses, so she can't be here with me. Now, if you remember, in the previous video, I reported whilst I was on the ground in Zimbabwe. It was nice being on the ground and being able to see the progress in person and having the opportunity to talk to our contractor, our project manager, the engineer, and everybody else. And of course, really happy with the work that they are doing. They are doing a great job. And since I left Zimbabwe, they've been working now on the superstructure, putting the walls, so they've worked up to the window level now, and that's where they are at. So we thought like we should make this video to give you an update so that you can see the progress. And of course, this progress is not without some challenges. There are always challenges which come with a project of this nature. One of the challenges, of course, has to do with materials, bill of quantity. Of course, we had the bill of quantity. As we started the work, we realized that some of the materials we had to add because there was some discrepancy or some variance, which was not a big deal for us. We knew coming in that things like that would happen. So yeah, we of course had to adjust our budget to cater for those additional materials. But so far so good in terms of the progress. It has not affected our progress that much. We've been able to kind of stay fairly on track with the progress of the house. Okay, so in this video you are going to hear from as always, our project manager and the contractor. They are going to give you an update on the work, but you're also going to hear from our engineer on the work that he has done so far up to this point and the work that he's going to do until the completion of the house. You are also going to hear from our caretaker. He does, he takes care of all the materials on site. He does a great job for us, because once the materials are delivered on site, of course we obviously need someone to be on the ground, to be responsible for those materials, and also to kind of liaise with the builders and the project managers, in the work on the site. So yeah, he does a great job. So he's gonna briefly introduce himself and some of the work that he does in this video.
Indoitwawo Paradzai Machisa. Ndindogara pano, ndoshanda pano, ndindochengeta panapo. Nezvose zvinoshandiswa pano, material yose iri kushandiswa pachivakwa chiri kumashure kwangu ichi, ndinochengeta zvose izvozvo. Handina dambudziko nemabuilders ari kuaka panapa, ndoshanda nawo zvakanaka. Hapana dambudziko rawati wandipa. Uyezve na project manager welcome Ndete, tinoshandidzana zvakanaka. Hapana chakaipa chandati ndaona tichiitirana. Ndotenda Mr. Kanyongo namai Kanyongo kundiisawo mukati menzvimbo yawo. Ndiri kuvachengetera nzvimbo yawo. Ndatenda zvangu.
So we're into the third week of our brickworks, and we've made good progress. We commenced in earnest beginning of February. We had taken the time during the shutdown period over Christmas and most of the festive into January to get the corners of the house up with our main builder. And since then the team has joined us in February, and we've managed to brick up to window level at this stage, which is 2.4 meters. We are quite happy with the progress, and the brickwork has been commencing well. We're now getting ready to commence the laying out of the ring beam, or the suspended beam, for the ground floor. We are just taking an inventory of all our steel and making sure that it fits into place, and from there we'll be doing our formwork and pouring the concrete to put those reinforced concrete beams in place. We've also managed to start trenching and pouring of the footing for our verandas, entrance areas, and front patio, which form part of the structural slab. So once we've completed curing of that footing, we'll then break it up to the same level as our slab height, and then we'll pour a slab as well, a slab top on top, concrete reinforced with mesh wire to rest on top of backfilled gravel that would have filled the void with. So very happy with the progress, excited to continue the build, and happy that you can now start to see the shape of the house. The rooms are now demarcated. It's now a lot more exciting to come to site. Again, the foundation works are the most critical phase, but the beauty of the brickwork is you start to get the picture and to see how everything is coming out. So very happy with the progress.
We are now in week 3 of the brickwork, so we are proceeding very well with our superstructure, and we are anticipating that within a month we'll be able to be pouring the deck, and we have a resting period where we'll be curing, and I think all will go well. This is the time we are now engaging, starting to get quotations for our aluminium works and our materials we need for the roof, and I think we'll budget well until we finish. Also at this stage, we are liaising with the contractor so that he can give us some of the materials we need for the plumbing works and what we need for the electrical works, which is what we are pushing forward so that everything will be in good order.
Hello everyone, my name is Terence, Mugueri, the structural engineer for this project, Kanyongo House. It's a double-story building. As a structural engineer here, I'm involved in the structural framework of the building. So from the onset, I think mid-2021, I was contacted by the project manager, Mr. Ndete, who also happens to be the architect. I was contracted to be the structural engineer, and initially we did what you call foundation investigation, whereby we test the soil and the foundation depth to see the depth of the foundation. We came out with the results, and we adopted what is called the PED foundation, whereby we have a series of bases and columns which will be carrying the load of the whole building through what we call RC beams. I'm not much involved on the day-to-day construction, but the project manager, who happens to be the architect at the same time and the contractor, call me on different intervals, especially when concrete and steel is involved. So from the onset, when they dug their bases for the foundations, to come and check the foundation depth, the size of the base. Then the next stage was to do with the steel, base steel and column steel, to come and check if all is in good order, that in terms of steel size, steel quality. And we made use of a supplier who's quite reputable, Terence Steel, because currently in Zimbabwe, and I'm sure all over the world, there are other steel manufacturers who might not be up to standard. So we engaged Terence Steel, who sells what is called Nexus Steel by brand, in other words. So he supplied us Nexus Steel, and everything went on well. The foundation, the beams, the slab, and at this stage we are now going for the ring beam. All the steel is on site, and as soon as they erect the ring beams, they will call me again and inspect. After that, we'll go on the eaves beam, which will take the load for the RC deck. Again, I'll be called for the inspection to check if in terms of deck depth, steel sizes and quality again. And after that, we'll go to the first floor ring beam, and mainly for steelworks and concrete. That will be my work for this project. The next level will be the roof. Again, I'll be checking that will be timber framework and everything. I'll be designing that and I'll be checking everything. Thank you.
Okay, so again, just want to say, we really appreciate the support we have received from you guys. I mean, when we started this channel, of course, the idea is, as we said at the beginning, just to share information. Some of you have already completed your building projects. Some are thinking about starting. Some are kind of midway through, all, different places. But, so we have received some feedback, very meaningful, positive feedback, comments, questions, which we say again, we've shared with, all of you. We try to respond to all the questions that we get. So if we missed your question, please reach out to us again, put a comment, and then we'll be able to respond to that question. Okay. Of course, some of the main questions we received were, like, for example, the location where we are building it, and we just say, like, in the northern suburbs of Harare. That's where we have our stand. And another common question was the size of the stand. It's 4,000 square meters. And another common question we received was how much was the stand? Of course, we got it for $95,000. And another common question which we received was to do with the materials that we used for the perimeter wall. The perimeter wall, it's made up of bricks and steel. So the bricks, we got them from Better Bricks. These were red common bricks. And then the steel, the steel fabrication which is on the wall was done by City Fabricators. That's the company. I know they did a great job, so we just gave them the idea. I mean, our architect drew the plan, and then they just did all the designs, in their factory of the steel. Yeah. So again, questions, if we can answer them, we'll be happy to. So those are some of the questions that we received. So yeah, please feel free to ask questions, and if we can help you, we will be happy to. And if you find the information helpful to share with others, please do.